So I'm going to start using the language in a different way because it's now time for my favourite part of the show. It's story time.
Now's the time for story time.
Oh, that's absolutely ideal. So, please welcome on a special guest, a man with some truly incredible stories. He's an explorer who's made 6 documentaries for the BBC. He's written 10 books. He's brave. He's intrepid. He's Mr. Benedict Allen!
Hello.
Welcome, Benedict. So, I know you from various programmes that I've seen you create, and what I hoped we'd do today would bring some of your stories truly to life, using the fantastic musical talents of the band. I think that's what all your stories have been crying out for.
Thank you.
For decades. So, your job title is Explorer.
Explorer.
Explorer on foot.
On foot.
Perfect.
And canoe.
Explorer on foot, or on foot/canoe. Okay, so how about we discuss the canoe? Is there a particular canoe adventure you'd like to recount?
Well, I'm not really sure, but there was one particular one that sticks in my mind where I tried to cross the whole of the Amazon basin, which is 3,200 miles across.
Okay, so, I mean, playing some lovely sort of nautical music, but not that Amazonian yet. Can you make that more South American? There we go.
That's good.
The beautiful, probably the ultimate musical instrument, the panpipe.
And obviously a lot of wildlife there. We're talking about tropical rainforest, so monkeys, spider monkeys.
Okay, well, let's just imagine you in this canoe, just paddling gently down the Amazon, with the panpipes just drifting across the water. And then you suddenly spy a spider monkey.
Which it's a monkey, but it's...
Yeah. I think what they're looking for is a hint of what a spider monkey sounds like. I think in their head they're thinking, is it like a spider or is it like a monkey?
It's more of the monkey than spider. It's a very agile monkey.
Ooh. Well, in the end, what happened there was the saxophonist panicked and sort of wailed. It turns out none of them can represent a monkey with their instruments.
A parrot. Can they do a parrot?
A parrot. Oh, of course they can do parrot.
Oh, that's...
Well, we're saddled with that, I'm afraid, Benedict. So you're still drifting down this basin.
I found myself being shot at. I mean,
of course you did.
Blue.
Yeah, it is more tense. You're right. It is more tense. So where were these shots coming from?
Well, there I was, just being an explorer. I was paddling along, and then out of the blue, a bullet went right past my head. Oh, that hurts.
What a powerful sort of toy gun they had. Yeah. That must have terrified you. It was the noise of that bullet ricocheting past you.
Yeah, and this shot was coming from very, very near, and I realised that there were people behind me in their canoe chasing me.
A chase. Oh, they can do a chase. So it didn't start that exciting, but it probably got more exciting, didn't it?
It did.
Okay, so they're chasing you. Who was chasing you?
Well, the trouble with being shot at is that you can't ask. And that was
that is the main drawback with being shot at, isn't it?
You find that, yeah. It was pretty bad. But I now know that this was... I'd stumbled across the camp of Pablo Escobar, who was a big drug baron.
Yeah.
And he wanted to get rid of me.
Yeah.
And so he'd sent 2 assassins to kill me.
Okay, well, let's go back in that canoe. You're still being chased at this point in the story.
Yeah.
But now we know who the chasers were. These are people who are bad at social sort of pleasantries, better at shooting. So they've shot once.
Shot once, and then another shot.
Another shot! I think maybe hit a different drum, Ben. Hit a different drum. There we go, a better shot. There we go. Did you survive?
I did survive. These shots kept on coming, though. So basically, they couldn't paddle a canoe and kill someone at the same time, and I managed to get away with it.
You escaped? How did you escape?
I jumped from the canoe into the forest.
Into the forest? We're in a forest. Okay, we're now in a forest.
So, I mean, this was an extraordinary thing to me, because the jungle is so scary when you first see it.
And yet, hear it.
Yeah, and yet suddenly I found myself safe, because I could just duck down away from these 2 men and couldn't be seen. So as long as I kept quietly there...
Yeah, Trumpet, it's quite a noisy forest, isn't it?
No, it was a special moment for me. As far as I was concerned, I had survived, and I remember just breathing deeply and wondering, well, why I'd been shot at, but also how I was going to survive. How was I going to get out of this place?
So you just strolled off into the jungle?
I started walking, and I suddenly saw this clearing in the forest, and I thought, I'm going to be okay. There are people out there, and they'll help me. So I came across these people. They were loggers. They were illegal loggers cutting down the forest. And they were gangsters, effectively. So they were scary, these people, but I thought, they're going to be... Yeah,
I know it's frightening music, but you're going to be all right. These aren't the actual loggers. These are musicians representing incredibly realistically the loggers, bringing back awful memories for Benedict. So these loggers then,
they
helped or hindered?
Well, these two men said that they'd take me for a couple of days through the forest. They'd carry my 2 bags through the jungle. I thought, this is great. These people are going to help me. They're on my side, and everything's going to be all right. I walked for a few days with these loggers until we came to a river. And we cut down this tree, and we laid the tree across this river, and these 2 men picked up my 2 bags. That was everything I needed in order to survive. And they walked across this tree to the other side, and I was just about to get on that tree myself, to get on the bridge and to join these 2 men who had all my supplies, when they turned around and kicked the tree away.
So you're stuck on one side, the wrong side of the river! Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for, so we will never know if he survived. But thank you very much, Mr. Benedict Allen! What a man!